Have you ever wondered why the more you try to walk a spiritual path, the more resistance you encounter? Why does it seem like the deeper your aspiration, the harder the struggle becomes? Welcome back to the channel. Grateful you're here. Today, we're going to dive into a question that many beginners on the path of spiritual practice silently ask themselves, but are often too ashamed to say out loud. Why is it so difficult to start? Why do we feel stuck, confused, or even discouraged right when we decide to get serious about practice? We're going to explore the wisdom of one of the great awakened masters of Chinese Buddhism, Master Hanshan, and uncover the subtle but powerful truth he taught about the beginner's journey. If you've ever felt like giving up, this video might be exactly what you need to hear. The spiritual path begins with sincerity. Maybe it's triggered by a personal crisis, a loss, or simply the deep feeling that life must have more to offer than distractions and routines. With great hope, you pick up a sacred text, attend a retreat, or try meditation. At first, there's a spark. This feels right. But soon after, difficulties begin. Your mind wanders, old habits return, emotions get stronger. You start to doubt your own intentions. You might even begin to think, maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe I'm just not spiritual enough. Master Hanshan saw this again and again in the seekers who came to him, and he offered a clear, compassionate diagnosis. The beginner's biggest obstacle is not lack of ability, it is misunderstanding the nature of the path. The difficulty is not a sign of failure, it's a sign that real work is beginning. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man in Hanshan, eager to attain enlightenment. He left his village, joined a monastery, and devoted himself to chanting and meditation. For the first week, he felt elated and calm, focused, full of purpose. But by the second week, his legs ached, his thoughts became chaotic, and worst of all, he began to feel nothing but peace, but joy, just emptiness and confusion. He went to Master Hanshan and asked, "Why is my practice getting worse? I was doing so well before." Hanshan looked at him and said, "Before, you were polishing the surface. Now, you've begun to see the dirt beneath." That was the key. Real practice doesn't always feel pleasant. In fact, when you truly begin, you start to see how much noise, craving, and resistance lives inside you. It's like cleaning a room in the dark. At first, you think it's clean, but as you open the curtains, dust becomes visible. The light didn't create the dust, it revealed it. The same is true for your mind. The more light of awareness you bring in, the more chaos you may initially perceive. That chaos isn't new, it was always there, but now you're awake enough to see it. This is where most people turn away. They think, if I was happier before I started meditating, at least then I didn't notice how restless I am. But this is exactly the trap Hanshan warned about. He taught that the beginning of the path is like boiling water. Its heat stirs everything up. The impurities rise to the surface. If you stop too soon, you never purify. But if you stay with it, the water eventually clears. And that staying, that perseverance is where real transformation begins. So why is it so hard? Because we're trying to walk upstream against the current of lifetimes of conditioning. For years, we've trained our minds to react, to grasp, to avoid. We've identified with every thought, every emotion, every story. When we sit to meditate or reflect, we are not just doing something new, we're dismantling what's false. That's no small task. But here's the beautiful paradox. The more you stay with the practice, the less effort it takes. Not because the challenges vanish, but because you change. You become less reactive, more spacious. You stop fighting what arises and start observing it. And in that observation, transformation happens. Let me share another story. A woman named Claire decided to dedicate herself to daily mindfulness. For the first month, it felt like failure. She couldn't sit still. Her mind raced with worries, regrets, to-do lists. But she made one commitment, and not to be perfect, but to be consistent. Every morning, she sat for 10 minutes, no matter what. Some days she cried, some days she felt numb, but she kept going. By the third month, something shifted, not dramatically but subtly. She found herself pausing before reacting, listening more deeply, feeling more connected. She realized that the practice wasn't changing her life, it was changing her. That's the reward of persistence. Esther Hanshan emphasized something deeper. He said the biggest trap for beginners is attachment to outcomes. You want to feel peace. You want spiritual experiences. You want results. And when they don't come, we feel cheated. But the path isn't about getting something. It's about seeing clearly. Imagine standing by a river. You throw in a stone. You expect the river to become calm instantly. It ripples, reacts, and then settles. Your mind is the same. Practice is the stone. The ripples are natural. Don't chase the stillness. Trust that it will come when the mind is ready. Hanshan also warned of another common beginner's mistake: comparing. You hear others talk about visions, insights, breakthroughs. You think, why am I not experiencing that? But comparison is poison. Your path is uniquely yours. Enlightenment isn't a performance. It's a return to your original nature. He taught, don't seek the light, just remove the clouds. That's what real practice is. It's not about achieving something outside you. It's about uncovering what was always there: your inherent clarity, compassion, and presence. And yes, the beginning is messy. You will face doubt. You will encounter resistance. But every time you return, every time you choose awareness over habit, you build a bridge from illusion to truth. Let me be clear, you will not always feel motivated. You will not always feel progress. But if you remain sincere, the path will carry you. As Hanshan said, when the heart is true, even silence becomes a prayer. So what can you do when the beginning feels too heavy? First, lower your expectations, not in terms of sincerity, but in terms of outcome. Don't chase peace, invite presence. Second, commit to small, regular practice. 10 minutes a day, sincerely, is better than 1 hour once a month. Third, befriend your resistance. When doubt arises, say, I see you. When laziness comes, say, you're part of the path too. Don't fight your shadows and bring them into the light. Fourth, remember why you began. Was it to feel superior, or was it to awaken? Return to that original heart, at beginner's mind, at sacred longing. And finally, trust the teachings. We're not alone. Thousands before you have walked this path. He stumbled, he struggled, but they kept going, and so can you. Thank you for watching this video. If you found comfort or clarity in these words, please share your experience in the comments. What challenges have you faced at the beginning of your practice? What helped you continue? Like, subscribe, and join this community of fellow seekers. Together, we can support each other in walking the path with courage, honesty, and compassion. I'm honored to walk with you. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.